Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're doing a deep dive into the story of Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah,
We all see him now, this dominant force in the NBA, but his journey to get there, it's pretty incredible.
it really is. And that's what we're digging into, right?
Well,
Using the info we've got to trace that path from, well, basically growing up pretty poor in Athens all the way to being an NBA champion.
exactly. It's quite the story.
hmm Packed with challenges, big moments. It tells you a lot about talent, sure, but also opportunity and just like sheer hard work.
Okay, so let's start right at the beginning. Giannis was born in Athens, Greece. That was December 94.
Right. And his parents, they were immigrants from Nigeria. They'd come looking for, a better life.
But it wasn't easy, was it? From what we understand, they faced some real hardship, poverty.
Yes, serious poverty.
Yeah.
To the point where Giannis and his brothers actually had to like sell trinkets and stuff on the streets just to help the family scrape by.
Wow. That really paints a picture, doesn't it? Sets the stage for the kind of resilience we see later on.
It really does. And what's kind of wild is that basketball wasn't even really part of his life until he was, what, about 13?
It's 13, yeah.
Think about that. Someone with his gifts doesn't touch basketball seriously till his teens.
Makes you wonder what coaches saw back then. Just raw athleticism.
Must have been. Just incredible potential, They must have seen something special, that raw talent.
So he progresses, and by 18, he's playing pro ball in Greece's second division.
Mm-hmm. Second division.
Then comes the big moment, the 2013 NBA draft. Milwaukee Bucks, pick number 15.
15. And looking back now, it feels like, wow, what a pick. Genius.
Right. But back then,
Yep.
definitely some questions.
Oh, absolutely.
Mhm.
People were wondering, this really skinny kid, pretty unknown outside of Greece, could he actually hang in the NBA?
It was a gamble for the Bucks, no doubt. I mean, the jump from Greek second division to the NBA, that's massive.
Huge. Some analysts were skeptical, weren't they? Pointing out maybe inconsistent shooting, needing a lot of development fast.
So what do you think the Bucks saw? What made them take that chance?
Well, you got to think it was that raw athleticism, maybe
Oh.
seeing some flashes.
Mm.
And perhaps they got a sense of his drive, his work ethic, even back then.
Could be, because those first few years in the league, they were really interesting to watch. You saw the potential, definitely.
Yeah, it was there, kind of bubbling under the surface.
And he was physically changing, too. Getting taller, adding serious muscle mass, like year after year.
You could literally see it happening.
Then 2017 hits. That felt like the real breakout. Wins Most Improved Player, first All-Star game.
Right. And that MIP award, it often means more than just better stats, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like a fundamental shift.
Exactly. Shows a player's really understanding the game differently, executing better. It suggested, a serious commitment to getting better, learning the NBA game. Not just getting bigger, but smarter, too.
And then things just took off. The back-to-back MVPs, 2019, 2020.
Unbelievable stretch.
It was almost like unprecedented what we were seeing. This 7-footer who could handle the ball like a guard, finish with insane power, and cover half the court in one dribble, dunking from the free throw line practically.
Yeah, the Greek Freak nickname just, well, it fit perfectly, didn't it?
Totally, because it was freakish.
Yeah.
Unique.
We really hadn't seen that package before. The size, the agility, the power, all rolled into one. Defenses just had no answer for a while there.
Which naturally led everyone to ask the next big question.
Right. All this individual success is amazing, but
Yeah.
can he lead a team all the way? Can he win a championship?
And that brings us to 2021, the season that answered that question.
The turning point,
His performance in the finals, I mean, just legendary stuff.
especially Game 6.
Game 6, 50 points to clinch it. Milwaukee's first title in 50 years. You couldn't write it better.
50 points in a finals clincher. Just wow.
And then that speech afterwards, the I wasn't supposed to be here moment, connecting it all back to selling stuff on the streets in Athens.
So powerful.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't just, hey, we won. It was about the whole journey, overcoming all that stuff from his childhood.
Yeah, it resonated with a lot of people.
And something else remarkable around that time was him signing that big extension to stay in Milwaukee.
Oh, yeah. That was huge.
In this era, you see so many stars wanting bigger markets, forming super teams. But he committed, stayed loyal, said a lot.
Absolutely. Speaks volumes about his character, his belief in that team, that city.
So now where does that leave him? What, 7-time All-Star, Finals MVP?
Yep. And just undeniably one of maybe the most dominant players in the game today.
And the scary part is he's only 29, right? Still absolutely in his prime.
Plenty of time for more championships, maybe chasing another MVP award. His story definitely feels like it's still being written.
For sure. And a huge part of that, something everyone talks about, is that work ethic.
Oh, the stories are legendary.
These crazy intense training sessions, the early morning stadium stair runs, stuff like that. It's not just talent, is it? It's this relentless drive.
Constant improvement. You have to wonder about the mental side too, right? To keep
Right.
that level of dedication year in, year out.
Absolutely. And it's not just the on-court stuff either.
Right. Off the court, he comes across as this real family guy.
Very close with his brothers. Thanasis playing on the Bucks with him. That's a cool story in itself.
Yeah, it is. And he does a lot of philanthropy too, doesn't he? Giving back in Greece, in Nigeria.
Stays connected to his roots. Gives back. Adds another layer to who he is.
And, thinking bigger picture, building this kind of legacy in a smaller market like Milwaukee, that's pretty significant these days.
It really is. Especially, like you said, with the trend towards super teams elsewhere. His success kind of reinforces maybe older values, loyalty, building something over time.
Yeah, sustained excellence through dedication.
So when you put it all together, Giannis's journey, it's just, well, it's a powerful story, isn't it?
Absolutely. From poverty, selling trinkets, to NBA champion and global icon, it's about earned success.
And he's really kind of pushed the boundaries of what we thought was possible in basketball, hasn't he? Redefined expectations.
Truly inspiring. Shows what can happen with that level of commitment, overcoming huge obstacles.
Definitely.
So maybe something for you to think about as we wrap up. When you hear Giannis's story, what part really hits home for you? Is it the resilience he showed early on, that unbelievable work ethic, or maybe the loyalty he's shown? And thinking about that, what might it suggest about achieving your own goals, whatever field you're in? Something to chew on.